Well, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be. It's a beautiful day here outside of Richmond, Virginia, and welcome to Find My Pharmacy. The topic today that I wanted to touch on a little bit, certainly will be short, but very important, I'm starting to realize. And the actual topic, if you can't tell from the title, which you can't tell from the title, is what exactly does it mean to be the face of the company? What does it entail to be the point of contact for any type of issue? And working in pharmacy, which is the perspective I'll be coming from, it's a little different than you expect going to pharmacy. I know that personally, speaking from my experience, that working in a pharmacy, you don't necessarily think about the big picture until it's pointed out to you. But yes, even if you're out in the store, say you're not behind the counter, you're out putting something on the shelf, someone that doesn't go to your pharmacy, they will see you. You know, not everyone who goes to every drugstore, even dedicated drugstores, is there to buy drugs. So it could really be the only opportunity and interaction that the individual will get to see what going to your pharmacy will be like. To me, that's being the face of an organization. That is saying that, okay, even if I'm on my break, even if I'm walking around the store and, just looking for something I forgot to pick up, the night before, people seeing you, that is it. That is exactly it. And oftentimes, I worked in a particular pharmacy that was in a grocery store, and even if you're not in your uniform, your jacket, or some places scrubs, or your shirt and tie and all of that, people have walked past you enough to recognize your face. And you don't have to be on duty, you don't have to be working for them to walk up and just say, hey, don't you work here? So it is unexpected. It's not something that you necessarily plan for, but it comes with the territory. You are the first thing they see when they walk past the pharmacy, more than likely, especially if you're in data entry, order entry, what have you. So presenting yourself professionally is very important. I have had the opportunity to do a little bit of training as far as consulting and interacting with the customers and walking through what we do for them and how we can improve what we're doing. So little things like that do stand out. I have had instances where I've been at a second job and seen someone from my first pharmacy job. So, they recognize you, you talk, you say hi, I'll always make sure it's an important point for me to build a good rapport, just a good relationship. Helps with forgiveness later on if it ever comes up. Hopefully never will, but good relationships are, something you have to practice anyway. So you can certainly run into individuals. You can have them see you in the store. They can walk up to the pharmacy, walk past you day in, day out, never speak to you, and then recognize you somewhere else. But also, I think that it is very important to remember that being in a pharmacy, you are you're the front line of defense against whatever problem there is. If someone has a problem, either with their doctor, with their prescription, or with your pharmacy or the store in general, they come to you. It very well could be the closest place to them if they have an issue. And lo and behold, you're the first interaction they'll get. So even if it has nothing to do with anything you've been trained with, they may have told you, never, no, don't waste your time with that, oh, no. They could do that. But it doesn't mean you won't be asked about it. And you'll be amazed how often that just knowing a little bit of information outside of your immediate scope could really help them and make a mark, make an impression on them. The pharmacy experience starts before they get to the pharmacy. And if they've interacted with you well once, if they just so happen to get their first prescription in 10 years, they will remember you. They will think of, oh, yeah, I could just go there. It might not even be you by name. It might not be you as a person, but that interaction can make or break the. That sounds too too intense, but you gain so much from treating others well that being professional, it only adds to it. So it helps you, it helps them, it helps everyone. It just makes your pharmacy look very nice. And at the very least, it represents your pharmacist well. And as a technician, you work with them. You're there almost, actually, I could say every job description I've seen for a pharmacy technician working as a pharmacy technician, they do say generally to assist the pharmacist in other duties. So whether it's in, written explicitly or not, helping your pharmacist, whether with counting pills, putting an order up, or simply just being a smiling face for customers, patients, and anyone who walks by, that's helpful. And I think that a little professional courtesy, even when if someone comes up complaining about their doctor's office or the doctor did this, he knows I'm allergic to this. All right, there could be several reasons for it. It could be misunderstanding, could be misinterpretation, just could be wrong. So a little professional courtesy to research a problem, and really, personally, I like speaking up the doctor's office, meaning to speak well of them. Until you get reasons, well, not until. Speak well of them no matter what. They may come at you cursing a storm up about the doctor and what they did, how they are, and how they've harmed you, but to be respectful to them and their being engaged and an engaged listener, an interactive, active listener, you really do have to come from as a neutral party, certainly. But to me, it's most important to just let them know, I don't know. Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that you experienced that, but that could be the case. But we have a good relationship with the doctor's office. We've filled hundreds of prescriptions for them just this week, so we'll give them a call. You have a couple that he gave you the samples the last couple days. If you like, we'll just give you a call after we find out exactly what the situation is and how we can help. Sometimes you can't do anything. Sometimes the doctor may have actually forgotten something, believe it or not. And sometimes it just could be misunderstanding. So you sometimes are that buffer. Not only to help the doctor's office not have their phone lines jam-packed all the time, but also to just make sure that the patients are getting the care that they expect, that the doctor's office expects, that the entire healthcare system is hoping that someone will one day receive. So do your best. But just remember, you are in front of others, and you do have a voice and face that they will put together with the organization that you're representing behind the counter. So as a technician, I wish you well, and I hope that this is somewhat helpful. Hopefully give you a little perspective about what people will think if you go off on a little tirade or act out one day. They'll remember it. It's tough, but just like every single patient deserves an appropriately filled prescription, 100% is not unreasonable to ask for. So work well. Have a good day.